First, can you say and spell your first and last name, please?
Jessica Bond, JESSICABOND.
Perfect. Nice to meet you, Miss Jessica.
Nice to meet you.
I guess we'll start simple. What happened to you yesterday?
Well, um, I was sleeping for the most part, and my son heard the dogs barking because I had told him the night before, Saturday night, that I was hearing noises in the bushes. And I told him that it was strange noises. And I said, y'all just don't go outside. I said, if you do, let me know. So I guess he was alert and he was aware about the noises. So when he heard the dogs barking, he looked out the window and he called me and said, "Mom, the dog's outside barking at something." So I said, "Well, see what it is." You know, I was still in bed and I was getting out the bed trying to get my clothes. So he said, "Mom, it looked like a monkey." So I said, "Well, I said, record it." I said, "Make sure, because, you know, so we could have proof of it, that it was in our yard." Because I didn't know if it was just running past or, you know, leaving or whatever. So he said, "I can't get a clear shot." He said, "But mine, it's the monkey." So I said, "Oh snap, let me get my phone and let me get my gun, let me call the police and stuff." So when I come out, I got in my truck and I backed up down this road and I stopped about right there. And he was on top of that bin right there, and he left from that bin and went and jumped on the railing of that porch. And I sat in my truck, and when I got out, I said, okay, you know, do I sit here and wait for it to run away, run to somebody else's yard? You know, I have a 3-year-old, and, you know, what if it come back out, you know, hide in the woods and come back out and try to attack her later on? And, you know, she can't defend herself from a wild monkey, and all it takes is a little scratch for her to, you know, develop something. And we don't know what these monkeys have, because one minute they have this, and then the next minute Tulane is saying they don't have anything to avoid lawsuits and stuff. So, you know, I'm not going to take my chances with my baby versus infected animal. So I did what any mother would do, and I got out and I shot at the monkey, and he had a look like something was wrong with him. You know, it looked like something was wrong. And I love animals, and I have dogs, I have a cat, I have a rabbit, you know, and she has had a turtle. We love animals, so it's like not like I'm an animal killer, you know. I didn't want to just kill a thing, but I mean, it's my baby versus the animal, a dangerous animal at that, you know.
Yeah. No, I understand. So when you call 911 or you call wildlife and forestry?
I called the game warden, and I called the 911.
Okay, so how did the call go with the game warden?
Well, they were just saying that they was gonna send somebody out, you know, asking for the address, and that was basically it.
So you killed it before they got here?
Right.
Okay. So when they got here, did they do any cleaning up, or they just scooped it up?
Nothing. And then he picked it up off the porch and drug it through here and put it on the back of his pickup truck. You know, I would have thought he would have put it in a bag, you know, once he picked it up off the porch and put it in the bag. So now I have to disinfect and clean off everything through here, because, you know, you can't see where the blood trail is at. So, and then you would thought that they would have came through and searched the woods in here and see if the other one is around. The other one could have been sitting in the woods watching everything go down. You know, so
I'm sorry.
Look, the other one might be mad at me.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
he might be somewhere watching. So, you know, it's crazy. You know, you can't just sit here and just say, oh, well, let me just put it in a cage and feed it until somebody shows up, you know.
So as far as the monkey's behavior, or I know you probably didn't get up close on it. Did you see anything on it that looked strange, out of the ordinary, or did it just look like a monkey?
Well, it had like tattoos on it.
Okay.
You could see a tattoo like on him, and it looked like a black spot. But like when you zoom in on the I'm sorry, I heard something. But when you zoom in, you could see like it was like a tattoo on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, these is lab rats basically. You know, they getting tested and poked on. You never know what they really have. You know, those 3 things that they name, that's probably just a few of the things that they have.
Mm-hmm.
And so
how do you feel now? Today, it's a new day.
I mean, I hate that it happened because I do love animals, but you know, Tulane need to own up to it, and they need to get somebody out here looking for the rest of them.
Mommy,
you know.
you tell her to Marcus.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to say?
Get out here and find the rest of these monkeys. And for all the people that's being rude and negative, get out here and search for the animals and find them yourself. So,
I don't think I have any other questions.
okay.
Hey boss, just arrived on site. Gearing up